Hi, welcome back to the channel. All right, so today I wanted to give you a look at what can happen on the farm. It does happen on the farm, and as farmers, we accept that. Uh, People have asked me in the past, with so many bulls and a group, aren't you afraid of them? And the answer is no. I respect them. I can read them most of the time. And to be totally honest with you, the only animal that ever took me to the ground, and it was three different times. The last time she was going to want to kill me, and that was a part Jersey, part uh, Angus cow. She was happy-go-lucky as long as I was grading and feeding her. She'd stand right next to me. I could do anything with her. But walking across the meadow, the pasture when she was in it, she spotted you. You could see her eyes glaze over, her ears go back, and you know she didn't bother Claude a whole lot because he carried a club and he's going to use it. But after the second time she put me to the ground, we nicknamed her Hamburger because that's what she was going to be that fall once it got colder. And by fall, she put me to the ground the third time, pushed me over 100 yards across the field into a brush pile. We did enjoy Hamburger. She tasted pretty good. I guess I got the last laugh. But when it comes to the animals, I'll be totally honest with you. I never used to take a firearm with me. And a friend of mine, Jeff, he's got 300 head of mama cows. And then he's got bulls on top of that. And what he does is when calving season comes, he's out there with them and he's tagging the little guys with the ear tags. And then he's uh, swabbing their nose with vaccinations. It's a type of vaccine. And I asked him, why are you carrying a sidearm? He carried it everywhere he went. It was just like my cell phone. That's how he carried his sidearm. He had a 38 special. And he said, "You ever been hit by a cow?" Oh yeah. So actually, I said, "I've never been touched by a bull, but I said a cow put me to the ground 3 times." He said, "That's why I got this sidearm. Not because I want to use it, but if I have to use it, I got it." And he said, "I'm telling you right now, if it comes between making a call of whether it's going to be you or that animal, don't hesitate. You know, life's too short." And he said that without their tagging little calves, he didn't know at times how the mothers were going to react. And thankfully, he's never had to use it. That's what he was telling me. I either have a high point 45 ACP on handgun with me, or I have the 9mm. In this video coming up, I had the 45 ACP. It's a bigger round than 9mm, makes a lot of noise, and if I had to, it would put a cow down. I wear it not because, per se, I'm scared of my cows. I work my cows every day. I'm not scared of them. But today's video kind of highlights why I do carry a sidearm. And one of the reasons I got back into the tractor was so that they wouldn't put me in a position where I had to use it. Because that's not me. If I can avoid confrontation with it, because these bulls that I raised since they were calves have got pretty good size. And a lot of times they don't realize how big they are. But with the incident today on the farm, it just heightened all their moods, where they just started slamming each other. And I knew that if I stayed on the ground, that I may get in between them and get hurt. And of course, I didn't want to use the 45 ACB. So this is just to start off the video by saying that some of you may not want to watch it. But this is about a cow named Lady. I bought her 3, maybe 4 years ago, and she was past her prime then, and actually was slated for the beef pen. And she looked like she was bred, but she had one eye that was bulging with pressure behind it, and they end up shipping her. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna take a chance on her because it was beef prices weren't doing that great then for slaughter cows. And I said, well, if she's got one calf, she'll pay for herself. So I bought her, and she became the old lady up there. Give me 2 beautiful calves. One of them's pygmy. Every year, every winter, you could see it was taking a toll on her because she just couldn't put the weight on, and the other guys were kind of pushing her around, even her own daughter at that. So when grain was fed, I would try to feed her off to one side so that the other ones wouldn't push her around. So they wouldn't let her in on silage bales. They won't let her in on the best bales, so I put a bale over by her so that, but they would eventually move over there to where she was on that bale. And I've been hoping to get her through till spring where grass is, and that's where she puts her weight back on. But I will say that this is the following day. We had to take a dozer to Syracuse today. So when we went by the cows up there where Lady was laying, she's not there. So she may be still kicking. I haven't been up there to check on her. Sometimes, I had her a month and a half ago. They rolled her over sideways because the bulls get frisky and they drop their heads, and anything in their way, in their path, they knock over. And I didn't think she was going to make it then. I took, and I thought I was going to have to get a Claude a call to try to get her rolled back up because she had been on her side and she was bloating. And I knew I had to get her upright. So I grabbed a hold of her back leg, and just as I was going to roll her, she went to try to roll, and she flipped right over, and I let her just catch her wind there, and she ended up getting up and going back to eating with the rest of them. So I don't know how the outcome is, so I remain hopeful that she got out. All right, so let's go into the video. Now, I can show you better than what I can tell you, but this is what happens when she first went down. I was coming out of the cab with the tractor. I'd already given them their grain, and I didn't realize she was on the ground. And when I come around with the camera, that's when I spotted that in front of Lucy, there she was on the ground. And when I got close to her, she made out this long bellow because one of the other cows had hit her in the backside. So the bulls didn't know if it was me that was causing her to cry out or what. So their attention focused on me. And I knew I had to diffuse my part in it. Like I say, the last thing I want to do is have to use the handgun on one of my animals. I want to be like Jeff. It's there, but hopefully I never have to use it. All right, so let's get into the video. And it's a crappy day today. It's raining. It's nicer out. But it's raining. Oh, come on, you guys. What are you doing? What are you guys doing to her? Huh?
You aren't gonna make it, are you? I know, lady. You tried. Yeah, you tried. I know, guys. But that's just life on the farm. Now when they get this way, the bulls get all upset. And then they start getting aggressive. Because they can smell death. Can you hear 'em? Yeah. Let me get back up in the cab. See, they're all in here trying to get her up. But she's led a good life. And I probably should have shipped her, but I've held off. Like any of us here on the farm, we hate to lose anything. But they've gotten so aggressive that they knock her down and she can't get up. So I'm just gonna leave her here and find out tomorrow whether I gotta drag her over back or try to get her through one more day. I gave her grain over here so she could have it, and she was eating her grain till some of the big cows come along and pushed her right over. Once they knocked her over, she can't get back to her feet. Right? Right, Ladybug? I know. None of us want to lose one. And they're trying to get her up. Huh. Maybe if you guys just let her rest. Alright? It's fine. On that note, see ya in another video.